All right. I think this is everyone tonight, just you and me, so it's awesome. Um, if we haven't met before, I think we may have been on a call together. My name is Sarah. It's really great to see you tonight. If at any point you want to say anything or whatever, feel free to unmute. We are recording it just to keep on record for ourselves, but you won't be shown anywhere public, just so you know. Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat, sitting cross-legged or coming to sit up on a block or a blanket. Whatever feels good to create a little bit of length in your spine so you can reach the crown of your head up tall. And then we'll go ahead and take a deep breath in and open up your mouth to breathe it out. Let's do that again. Breathing in deeply and sigh it out. Last time, big breath in, fill up your belly. And sigh it out. And as you sigh it out, go ahead and close your eyes softly. So just take a few moments here to tune in, to notice any sensations that might immediately be coming up in your body. Notice your sits bones grounding down into the earth. Notice your hands resting on your lap. And notice the natural rhythm of your breath here. Depending on how your day went or what you were up to, this might be the first time today you're checking in with your breath and your body. And I invite you to be really gentle with yourself as anything comes up. Notice and observe where you feel your breath the most in your body. It might be on the inhale through your nostrils. You might notice the rise and fall of your chest. You might notice the expansion and contraction of your belly. There's no right answer, and your answer might shift, and that's great too. Tonight, I invite you to really tune into your breath, whatever pace it may be, and to move with your breath. On your next breath in, reach your fingertips up high to the ceiling. Spread them wide. Maybe wiggle them a little bit. Big stretch. And then as you exhale, bring the fingertips to the earth for a seated cross-legged forward fold. Beginning to wake up through the upper back, the back of the neck. And take a few deep breaths here. Feel how on the inhale, your shoulder blades reach apart. And on the exhale, maybe your heart and your forehead sink closer to the earth. On your next breath in, root down through the sits bones and begin to roll up through the spine back up to your seat. Your eyes are still shut. You may open them or keep them closed if you prefer. We'll move into some side stretches. So go ahead and bring the left hand to the earth. Inhale, reach up and overhead with the right hand, tilt to the side. Try to keep the right sits bones heavy in the earth, right thigh grounding down. As we stretch through the side body here, maybe taking some subtle movement, a few pulses. And then rise back up, bring the right hand to the left knee, left fingertips behind the left hip, take a gentle twist. On your inhales, reach the crown of your head up even taller. And on your exhales, gently rotate your heart space towards the left. Inhale, sweep the left hand up and overhead, take a side stretch over to the right. Exhale, bring your left hand to your right knee and round through, curling up. Pit of the belly draws in. Let your head relax over. Take a few deep breaths here, again stretching through the upper back. And on your next breath in, unfold, reach up. And fingertips to the mat. We'll go ahead and switch sides. Right hand comes to the earth as we inhale, stretch up and overhead with the left hand. Tuck the low ribs down and in, and imagine an up dog shape in the chest, opening up through the heart. Left hand comes to the right knee. We'll take our gentle twist to the right this time. Sitting up tall, shoulder blades both on your back as you look past your right shoulder. Let your shoulder blades relax as you take another breath in and out. And next breath in, right fingertips reach up and overhead, side body stretch. Breathing all the way down into the top of the right hip there. And right hand to left knee, round forward. Navel draws in. As you breathe here, notice how your breath expands both the front and the back sides of your body. All the way from the belly and the low back, up to the chest and the shoulder blades. Expanding and relaxing. Next breath in, reach up tall, stretch your fingertips high. And exhale, forward fold, hands to the earth. Heart and forehead. Aiming for the earth, maybe not making it. Let the chin tuck into the chest. One more breath cycle here. And then we'll inhale to roll back up to a seat and make our way onto all fours in tabletop position. So take your time arriving in your tabletop, make any adjustments you may need, and then find your sturdy foundation here. Spread the fingertips wide. Press out and away from the mat with both your palms and the tops of your feet. Doming up through the upper body, back body. On an inhale, drop your belly, shift your heart forward. Cow pose. Exhale, pull the navel up and in, arch through the back. Chin tucks in. Moving with your breath now, inhaling to cow. Exhaling, cat pose. As you move with your breath here, I invite you to take any other movement that might feel really good to begin to wake up through the spine or the hips, maybe bumping the hips from side to side. Maybe shifting all the way back into a little bit of a child's pose. Maybe tucking the toes under and shifting back to stretch through the bottoms of the feet. Take a few more breaths in any movement of your choice. And when you're ready, tuck your toes under, and on an exhale, shift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. And just like we set up our tabletop tonight, set up your down dog with intention and with care. Spreading the fingers wide and then pressing forward and away to take some of the weight out of the wrists, out of the shoulders, and to bring it into the hips. Maybe pedal through the feet here, waking up the backs of the legs. If you've been sitting all day, this might feel like quite a lot to begin. And then come into stillness in your down dog, whatever it looks like tonight. And once again, notice the sensations. Notice what it feels like to be grounded down through your foundation, your feet, your hands, as well as the foundation of the breath. On an inhale, shift your sight forward, and on an exhale, tiptoe to the head of the mat. Walking up nice and slow, stretching through the backs of the legs and the feet, and hang in a forward fold. Knees can be bent generously here as we let our belly and our chest come to the tops of our thighs. Head is super heavy. You might clasp opposite elbows and gently sway side to side. Creating a little more opening in the side body here as well as the backs of the legs. And then return to center, release your fingertips to the earth. Bend your knees generously. Root down through all four corners of both feet, and on an inhale, slowly begin to roll it up. Coming into mountain pose. Head comes up last. Stack your head over your heart and heart over your pelvis. And again, notice your foundation, your feet, and notice your breath. On an inhale, reach your fingertips up and overhead. Big stretch here. And exhale, hands to heart. I invite you here to set an intention for practice tonight, or just a reminder of why you showed up on your mat. If you're looking for just a stretch or some strength or a little bit of peace, there's no right or wrong answer. With our intention set, we'll take a big breath in and reach up. You're looking up this time between the fingers. And exhale, forward fold. Really hinge over at the hips. On an inhale, step the left foot back, untuck the toes, low lunge. This is your first low lunge today. Maybe take a few moments to get oriented with the shape in your body. Pressing down and away through the top of the left foot and the right foot to grow light on the fingertips. Really inviting some warmth and some strength into the legs. Great. Inhale, lift the fingertips up off the earth for one breath. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right knee back to meet the left. Find puppy pose, shifting the hips back over the knees as we walk the hands forward. Heart comes down towards the earth. Forehead may or may not be on the earth. Take some deep breaths here. Feeling a big stretch across the upper back and the chest. Opening up. On your next breath in, press down through the forearms, press down through your palms and shift forward, tuck the toes, lift the knees, forearm plank. Spike your heels back towards the back of the mat. Press up and out of your foundation here. One breath in. Exhale, lower the hips, the pelvis, the knees down to the earth. Shift the heart forward, Sphinx pose. Really press down and away with the pelvis and the forearms. And then tuck the chin slightly to not create any tension in the back of the neck. Great. One more breath in to really send the heart space forward. Exhale, release. Plant the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and lift up and back, downward facing dog. Paddle it out for one breath, one cycle of breath. And then inhale, lift the left foot to the sky. Step it between your hands as you lower the right knee to the earth. Low lunge, left side. Again, noticing any sensations that might come up in this shape on this side of the body. Press down and out of the foundation. Really lift your torso up and out of your hips as best you can so your heart can shine forward. Great. For one more breath, we'll lift the fingertips up off the earth. Exhale, plant the hands on the mat. Step the left knee back to meet the right. Flow through our vinyasa here, so puppy pose. One breath in. One breath out. And grow nice and strong as we shift forward, forearm plank. Draw the navel in, draw the belly up and in, press away from the earth. And then exhale, lowering the pelvis, Sphinx pose. Heart space shifts forward, collarbones grow wide. Great. One breath in. Exhale to release everything. Tuck the toes under, send it up and back, downward facing dog. pedal it out here in your down dog and notice if already maybe some new space has already been created in the backs of the legs. Maybe some new awareness in the palms as we press up and out of our hands. On an inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale to lower. Again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower, just stretching through the feet. Last time, inhale to lift the heels up high. Exhale to lower. And look forward, make your way to the head of the mat. Forward fold. On a breath in, we'll rise up, fingertips reach all the way up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment, notice your breath. Notice the warmth beneath your hands at your heart. And on your next breath in, reach up and overhead, extended mountain. And exhale to fold. Step the left foot back, lower the left knee to the earth, low lunge. Grow light through the fingertips here and strong through the foundation as we've been practicing. We'll come into a little bit of heart opener. So up in your lunge, bring your left hand to your low back, to your sacrum. And then bring your right hand up and behind your head as a little bit of a support. And we'll begin to sink the hips forward as much as is comfortable and press the head back into your right hand. Keep the chin tucked here so we don't create any tension in the back of the neck, but we're just working with opposition of shifting hips forward as we open the heart up and back. Keep pressing down and out of your feet here, your steady, sturdy base. Take one more breath in. Exhale to gently come out, bring the hands back to the mat. We'll step back into our puppy pose. Hip shift back, heart and forehead kiss the earth. And when you're ready, press down into the forearms, grow strong, forearm plank. Press your heels back. Press up and out of the earth. One more breath. And then lower all the way down, heart shifts forward. Really roll the shoulder blades onto your back here. Allow the collarbones to spread wide across your chest. So you breathe deeply. Last breath in here. Exhale to release, make your way to downward facing dog. One breath in, down dog to pause. And then on an inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Maybe kick the dresser behind you if you're too close, and then step it between your hands, low lunge. Lower the right knee to the earth. Untuck the toes. And we'll come back into the same heart opening stretch on the other side. So switching our hands, right hand to the sacrum, left hand to the head. Gently guide the hips forward with the right hand as the head presses back into the left palm. See here if we can wrap both of our shoulder blades onto our back as we continue to knit the low ribs in together. Yeah. Strong through your core. Take another breath in. Exhale to release. Hands to the mat, step knee to knee, and flow through your vinyasa. finding puppy pose for 1 breath, and then finding forearm plank, growing super strong for 1 breath, and then lower down. Sphinx pose. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Release. Make your way to downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here in your down dog. Notice any sensations coming up or any movement that might feel really good here in the next 1 or so breaths. Great, and then look forward, shift forward, make your way to the head of the mat, forward fold. Hang in your fold here. Maybe bend and straighten through the knees. Playing with the length of the hamstrings. And then slowly roll up to stand. Mountain pose. Shake it out a little. Inhale, reach up and overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend the knees, and as you inhale, fingertips go down to reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. From your forward fold, step the left foot back into a warrior 1 position. So right foot is forward, left foot back. And cultivate your strong base, hugging everything into the center line before we rise up into our warrior 1. Reaching up tall. And wherever you're at, imagine hugging both thighs into the center line while still maintaining a deep lunge. Great. Pressing down through the front foot, pressing out of the back foot. Take a breath in to reach your fingertips up, look up. And as you exhale, bring your fingertips to clasp behind you. And you could square off at the wrists or bring your palms together depending on what's comfortable in your shoulders tonight. On your next breath in, lift the heart, shoulder blades onto the back. And then exhale, begin to fold forward, humble warrior. You might come to rest on the thigh, chest supported, or you may fold all the way down. Wherever you're at, tune into both your foundation and your breath. Lifting up and out, and pressing the feet away from one another. As you let your head hang. Take 1 more breath here. As you exhale, release your bind in your hands, pivot on the back foot, come back into a low lunge with the left knee lowered, and on an inhale, open up to the right for a twist. It should feel pretty good to twist here. Maybe wiggle the right fingertips a little. Invite a little blood flow. And then exhale, bring the right hand inside of the right foot to join the left for a lizard lunge. And if there's any sensation in the left knee that isn't great, you could tuck the toes under for a little extra support. And come down onto the forearms. You can begin to turn the right toes out to 2 o'clock. Maybe bringing the right hand up onto the thigh. Give yourself a little self-assist. So you let the pelvis grow really heavy. Send breath into the hips, the pelvis. With each exhale, allowing a little something else to let go. And gently begin to walk yourself back into center. Toes come back to point forward. As we inhale, our heart lifts up and bring the right hand back around, shift back, runner's stretch. Keeping the hip stacked over the knee. Allow yourself to round forward over the right leg. Send breath into the right hamstring. And then on an inhale, roll forward, articulating through the right foot. And flow through your vinyasa, moving through our puppy pose. One breath here as we open our heart. Shift forward, forearm plank, growing strong as the navel draws up and in. And then lower to the earth. Again, heart shifts forward. Press down and up out of your foundation. Feet, hands, thighs, forearms. And make your way to downward facing dog. Shake it out here, pedal it out. And then inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Step it between your hands, set up warrior one on the left. Right toes turn out. We'll inhale and rise up strong. So here in your warrior one, imagine that your feet are reaching away from one another, like you might tear your mat apart. And if you notice that your left knee is coming into the center line, just gently press it out towards the left side of the mat. And bring your hands interlace behind your back. Draw the knuckles down and away, allowing your shoulder blades to roll onto your back as you inhale, look up. Exhale, humble warrior, fold forward. Feet press down and out of the mat and away from each other as the knuckles lift up. Growing strong. Take 3 of your own breaths here to discover your fullest expression of humble warrior tonight. After your third breath, bring the fingertips back to the earth. Pivot on the back foot, lower the right knee. Inhale, open up to the left for a twist. Shoulder blades roll onto your back. Maybe your left hand begins to open up and drop back just a little. Great, now exhale, come into your lizard lunge on the left side. Finding what feels good on this side, maybe walking the toes out once more and giving yourself that assist as you gently guide the left thigh outwards, helping with the external rotation in the thigh bone and the hip joint. Wherever you're at, if you're folded or up, try to create a little bit of space in the heart here so we're not collapsed down and in, but we're still pressing our heart space up and away. Breathe deeply. One more breath here, and then we'll walk back into our lunge and send the hips back for runner's stretch, the left side. Toes flex up towards the face. Allow yourself to round forward, nose towards your knee. Take a few deep, full breaths here. And on your next breath in, roll forward, articulate through the left foot, look forward, and step the left knee back, find puppy pose. Hips shift back, heart falls towards the earth. One more breath here. And then inhale to shift forward, roll forward, forearm plank. Press down and away, strongest forearm plank all evening. Belly draws up and in, heels reach back. And lower to the earth, heart shifts forward, Sphinx pose. Lift the crown of the head up as your chin tucks. Exhale to release. Stay down on the floor here with your forehead on the earth, and we'll set up for floor bow. So bring the knees together and bend at the knees, capturing hold of one or both ankles. We can do 2 rounds. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, pull the belly in, grow strong through the core, and then lift up, expand. Press the shins back into the palms as the heels reach up to the sky. And breathe. Maybe breathe so buoyantly that your breath moves your body on the earth. And gently release. Can windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Releasing any tension that might have come up in the low back. And we'll do one more set of floor bow. Bending at the knees, capturing hold of the ankles and really drawing the knees in before we lift up. Press the shins into the hands. Allow the chin to stay tucked here. Full body experience. Take 2 more of your own breaths. And then release. Shins, thighs, everything comes down to the earth. You can make a pillow with your hands for your forehead. And gently windshield wiper the legs from side to side. When your windshield wipers are complete, bring the palms beneath the shoulder blades. Inhale to lift up, cobra pose. So it might be a little baby cobra, it might be a big cobra. But invite your whole body to be part of this cobra tonight. So hugging in through the center line, the core. Wrap the shoulder blades onto the back. Press down and out with the feet and the shins. One more breath here. And tuck the toes under. Shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a little bit of gentle movement. Shifting the hips from side to side. Then inhale to lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. And then set the right knee down behind the right wrist. Half pigeon. So set up your half pigeon however you like. Maybe finding a little support beneath the right hip. Sit up nice and tall with a big inhale. And then as you're ready, begin to walk yourself forward for a fold. Wherever you're at in your pigeon, keep both feet active, providing a little extra support for the knees. And send breath deep into the hips. And take some nice, long, slow breaths. Being with whatever sensation is coming up here and now. Begin to unfold, gently walking yourself back up tall to a straight spine. And tuck the back toes under, send it up and back, downward facing dog. Notice here if you can feel a difference from side to side already. If not, that is perfectly normal and perfect as well. Sometimes it's interesting to stop and observe even the subtle changes that happen as a result of our movement. And on your next inhale, go ahead and lift the left foot up. Shift the left knee forward, up to the heart, to the nose, and then gently setting the left knee down. Half pigeon left side. Inhale to sit up nice and tall. Exhale to fold forward. Pulling the breath down into your hips and your pelvis. Sometimes I imagine little eddies of breath swirling around any of the tight spots or spots of extra sensation. And notice in your half pigeon if there's anywhere that tension has been created that you might be able to let go of. Maybe softening the face. And gripping the fingers. Letting the shoulder blades relax down your back. Take one more big breath here. And let it go. Begin to walk yourself back up tall. And we will roll onto the left hip and bring the right leg around to meet the left. Coming into staff pose. Send the soles of the feet forward. Find your sits bones firmly planted in the earth. Legs can be as straight as you like or as bent as you like. And go ahead and inhale to reach up tall. Exhale to fold forward. Stretching through the backs of the legs. If you'd like a little bit of a twist here in your forward fold, bring the right hand to the outside of the left flexed foot. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up and overhead. Take a few breaths here, rooting down through the left sits bone. On your next exhale, left hand comes to the outside of the right foot. Crossed here in your forward fold. See if you can really grab onto the sides of your feet here. And as you breathe in, notice a big stretch through the upper back body. As you breathe out, let the shoulders relax. On your next inhale, reach the right fingertips up and overhead. Grounding down through the right thigh, the right hip. One more breath. Exhale, bring the right hand outside of the left foot and fold. Let your head be heavy, and you might even be in a space where your arms can cradle your head as a little bit of a pillow. Take 3 of your own breaths. After your third breath, inhale to begin to roll up tall. And on your exhale, make your way all the way onto your back. When you arrive on your back, go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Rolling around a little bit on the low back here. With the palms on the knees, draw the knees forward. Stretching through the shoulders. Allowing some pressure to rise up into the low back and the sacrum. A little massage from the earth. And gently release the feet. Bring the hands to the earth, and as you inhale, lift the hips up, bridge pose. Maybe walking the shoulder blades beneath you. Grabbing hold of the backs of the feet or clasping opposite hands. Breathe here as you lift your hips to the sky, your heart to your chin, and your chin to the sky. One more breath in. Exhale, release your bind if you have it, and begin to lower down through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Press off of the toes, hug the knees into the chest, and drop them over to the right for a supine twist. Arms open up wide, gazing over the left fingers. If you'd like a little more in this stretch, you can straighten out the left leg. Or work to bring both shoulder blades to the mat. One more breath. And then move through center and switch sides. Knees drop over to the left. Gaze goes towards the right. Invitation to stretch the right leg out long. Flex through the right foot. With each inhale, feel the right hip and right shoulder draw away from one another. And as you exhale, feel the chest and the hip relax. Last cycle of breath. And return through center. Hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. If there's any movement that your body is asking for right here and right now, go ahead and take that. And then allow yourself to get ready to rest in Shavasana. Legs stretch out long, toes fall apart. Arms stretch wide. Together, we'll take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. Shavasana. Let yourself come to rest, knowing that there is nothing else to do. Just be. Begin to deepen your breath. Lengthening the inhales. Extending the exhales. Invite gentle movement into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe allowing that movement to translate into your ankles and your wrists. And then take a big inhale and a long full body stretch as you reach your arms up and overhead. Toes point forward. And exhale, curl up into a ball. Make your way onto one side, any side. Forehead touches down on the earth or your arm. Take a moment here in infant's pose to reconnect with your intention. And notice if it still serves you, or if you'd like to pick something else to carry with you through the rest of your evening. Using your hands, make your way up to a comfortable seat with eyes closed, softly shut. On an inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, draw your palms to heart center. And press your thumb knuckles into your heart space. Feel your heart beating beneath your thumbs. Feel the warmth of your chest and the rhythm of your breath. We'll close out our practice together tonight with one cleansing breath. Take a big, deep inhale, fill up your belly, fill up your chest. Open your mouth, let it go. Bring your thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you so much for showing up for your practice this evening, for sharing your time with myself and with the community. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming, Megan. It was really great to see you.